On today's show, we have the one and only Mr. Donnell Campbell. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes. So, as you know, on Tea and Tim's, we sip on our tea. I'm talking to, hmm, I'm sipping on a chai latte right now.
Oh,
Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss
see,
with
you
that
know
one.
what? I mean, not to drop any names, but I had to try this champagne and berries though, because
There we
Shari's
go.
tea can't top it.
There.
Can't top it. Thank you so much for that sampler.
You're welcome. That one's a white tea blend. That was a really good custom blend that we made there. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's talk a little bit about you. So like I said, tea and Tim's, right? We're gonna be sipping on some tea and just talking to some really down to earth people that you're my friend.
Of
So a lot
course.
of the guests on the
Years and
show.
years and years.
Yes, we go way back. A lot of the guests on this show are friends of mine. And I was telling you earlier that like I had a conversation with one of my friends, and while she was talking, she was just dropping nuggets. I was like, this is some really good information that somebody could use. It could possibly inspire somebody. So let's just record this. We sit and chat over tea all the time.
I'm telling.
Wait a minute, is your mug changing colors?
Oh, this is my favorite mug. Absolutely.
What type of witchery is going on there? I love it. I love it. So what design is that? Is that a yin yang situation?
That is a yin yang mixed with the tree of life, which, I mean, those who know me know I'm very spiritual. It's a very big part of my life. So yeah,
Okay. That's pretty dope.
absolutely.
That's pretty dope.
Absolutely.
So we're not gonna just like jump over the fact that like you have a whole Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones voice going on here, which is one of the dope things about you. I know that you are into voice acting and
Mhm.
voiceovers. Let's start on that. How did you
All
get
right.
into that? Because I know that you're from like a musical family that has a
Absolutely.
history with that, and then you're doing this that uses your vocals. Tell me a little bit more about that.
All right. Well, starting way, way, way back in the beginning, I've always loved acting. Like at, at preschool plays, elementary school plays, middle school, high school, all of that, taking drama classes. Like I've always loved it. It's just been a great way to express myself. Some people can sing, some people can dance, some people can draw. I prefer to just act a complete fool on stage in front of everybody for their own amusement. So that's more of my thing. Like it's always been something I've been seriously into. Like it's always been a love of mine. But being the way that we are, we did not grow up rich at all. And you
Right.
know, the elders, they are all about, no, no, don't do that. You got to do this because this is where the money is. You need to be able to pay your bills and take it's I want to say a generational curse because back in the days, all you had to think about was, I need to take care of my family. I need to pay these bills. I need to keep this roof over my house. Doing what you love was a luxury not many people could afford at all.
Right. Right. Right.
So growing up,
Like passions, what is that? Like you have a
it's like,
passion. You better have a passion to pay these bills.
that's right. You better passion your butt over your homework or what. That's the way we grew up.
I
Like
feel
you
like the
got
most acting we got is when like your mother draws you in the room and is like, do that dance for your aunt. And it's like,
you
you're
right.
like doing some little robot, some
You
Michael
right.
Jackson dance. Like,
Come on, baby, go do your little thing. Go do
no,
the
that's a
show them the
bad.
dance. Show them the
Show
dance.
them.
I don't wanna show them. I'll give you something to cry about. Yeah, that was the acting that we got.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but
So
I mean,
for you to actually like go into that now, like
yeah.
first of all, did you ever have any fears? Like even with doing any videos or being in the drama club in school, like
Mhm.
having a fear of public speaking and acting is that's a real thing. So did you even have any of those that you had to overcome?
Anybody who tells you that they have been on stage and not felt stage fright is a liar. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many times you've been up there. That thought of, you know what, I am going to bomb, I'm going to mess up, I'm just going to ruin this entire production. That's always present in your mind. It's
But
just,
does it get easier?
it never gets easier, but you
That's
just
a
learn how to cope
misconception.
with it. Yeah, you need to learn how to cope with it and navigate that fear. Turn that energy that you're using for fear into something positive. Basically, you
Nice.
have to rechannel that into, okay, if I don't want to, the longer I'm on stages, the longer I might mess up. So I need to get this right now. This has to be the take. This has to be the performance so that I can get my behind off the stage, catch my breath, and then come back on later and do it all over again.
So does it help when you do like voiceover work? Nobody sees you. Like all that it's not there. So I mean that must help, does it?
It definitely does not help. A lot of times I do my voiceover work from here at home where it's just me. I have my camera on, I'm recording myself because although, yes, you're speaking into a mic, you still have to perform, you have to animate, you have to basically give everything you have in that performance. And sometimes you have somebody on the other end watching you, like, okay, I like what you did. However, I want you to do it like this, basically critiquing you and getting you to give the best performance you can, the best version of yourself. So it doesn't really get easier, but I prefer voice acting because you don't really got to get dressed up. You can just be here in your shorts and your pajamas and just give the
Shout
best
out to the
performance
work
ever.
from home era. Sorry to
Absolutely.
interrupt.
No,
Work
not
from home is
sorry
a
at
real
all.
thing. Like you can be like a wizard in a sci-fi movie or something, and you're in your pajamas, like in your home.
Absolutely. But no,
So let's
definitely
talk
shout out.
about like the
Yeah.
different types of like voices though, because I saw the other day that Regina King like does like so many voices on Boondocks, like
Yes.
85
I am a
characters on there. How is
huge
that possible?
I am a huge fan of Regina King. That's a whole lot of range that she's got there because everybody watched the Boondocks, Huey and Riley are both voiced by her. So to be able to do not only two distinctly different voices, but two very distinct characters with different characteristics, different traits. Huey is a much more serious one, like just basically Huey knows what's going on. Huey's telling everybody, Huey's trying to educate everybody. Riley is in the culture, like, yeah, like I'm not gonna say some of the things that she says because we're keeping this child friendly, but we know
Right,
those who know
right,
who know.
right.
Yeah, shout out Gangstalicious, but we all know. But yeah, it's not easy to be able to do different voices, but it's something that you have to learn how to portray if you want to make it in this business. Some people, like one of my favorites, Keith David, he is known for having that serious voice. Like he Goliath from the Gargoyles cartoons or Spawn,
Oh,
like oh yeah, his voice is known. So like he can do
okay,
his one voice forever, and everybody's like, "Yo, Keith David, we got to get him. We got to get him. He's perfect for this character." Then you've got
right.
others. My personal favorite voice actor out there, Phil Lamar. This man has done so many different voices that you just would never
Would we
know.
would we know one? Like which one can you think off the top of your
Absolutely.
head?
All right. Samurai Jack.
Ooh, okay,
John Stewart, Green Lantern. Just about every cartoon you can think of, he
okay.
has been a part of it. He has done a voice in it. This man does not get the flowers he deserves. Like I aspire to be like that one day. I'd aspire to be there.
So the lawyer in me is always thinking about like intellectual property and like
Of
the
course.
rights to even your voice, right? Because I was watching a commercial the other day and I was like, is that Issa Rae? Like I hear the voice and I'm associating it with that, but the commercial and the product that they were selling, I was like, that can't be Issa. Issa ain't gonna be selling that. But I'm wondering if
Yeah,
now they're starting to find people who sound like other people, just to
they
sell a
are.
product.
And speaking of which, I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm not sure if everybody's aware. Hopefully they are that the SAG-AFTRA strike has ended. A big part of that, absolutely, a big, huge part of that was AI, which means just like here, we're here speaking at having a little friendly conversation for a couple of minutes. They can take this recording and they could just run it through their computer algorithm and replicate your voice and make it say whatever they want in whatever tone,
Wow.
inflection, whatever. It is your voice that they're using. And that was a huge part of it. Basically, they wanted to
Okay.
use actors' likenesses, their voices, and not pay them for it. Like, oh, we
Right.
used you in this series 10 years ago. So now we're just going to bring this back through AI and just have you replicated by a computer. You're not going to see a penny for it. And we can do that for wherever, not
Is
just
that kind
this
of
movie
similar to
series.
like what they did with Paul Walker in like
That's
Fast 10? Or I think I saw him in the last one and I
that's
was like, bro, how is Paul Walker back in
yeah,
Fast 10?
that's it's similar, but see, that's something it's a gray area. Like I appreciate that they did it to honor him. What they did was they took his brother, who has a striking resemblance to him, and used computer to CGI over the face
Okay.
to make it seem as if it was actually Paul.
And to be honest,
But
they probably got paid for that, or his estate got paid
oh
for
no,
that,
his
right?
estate
So
definitely got paid for that.
yeah,
That
yeah,
I
as
don't
opposed
mind.
to some person who did one McDonald's commercial when they're 18 and now you're seeing them like to date. Like,
Exactly.
what's happening?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
They had
that's
to
a huge
definitely
issue.
they had to definitely come to an agreement. I feel like it's kind of disheartening to know that the writers on some of our favorite shows are out there driving Ubers and trying to have side hustles to
Yeah.
make a living. And these big corporations are like, we're not even talk about some of the streaming services that are like raising their prices every
Hmm.
day, but there's no new content out. So we're not going to go into that. I'm a little sensitive
Mm,
about that,
yeah,
but
yeah, that
yeah, but
we're
yet you're
not going
not,
to that
yeah, you're not trickling down the money and the revenue to the writers, the people who
at
make it
all.
happen.
Yeah.
That's insane. So tell me, I know that you are in the IT industry, I believe, right? Like you
Yes.
have an IT background. How'd you make the shift? What gave you the courage to make that jump?
All right. Well, this I'm gonna have to throw back to you saying shout out to working from home, remote work. Yeah,
Yes.
same thing. I've been in the IT field for just rounded up and say 25 years. Like that, if you look at my resume, that's all it is: IT, 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 IT. At my previous job, it's a home builder. We don't need to throw the name out there, but at my previous job, um, I started off there on the help desk, meaning all my support was over the phone. And a lot of people would hear my voice. They're like, oh, wow, like you should be on radio. Oh, wow, your voice sounds great. And I'm like, that, thank you. And I just left it at that. Eventually, enough people started talking about it that it started getting up to the execs. And the CEO was like, hey, we want you to record the greeting for the company, or we
Like
want you to
what, when you
record.
call the 1-800 number,
Yep.
like which greeting was this?
Yeah, like thank you for calling the blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna say the name, companies, and blah blah
Okay.
blah. And I'm like, okay, I'll do this. This is fun. I don't mind. It gets me away from my actual job for a little bit, get a little break. So
But
that's
that
where it
also goes
started.
back to like they're going to be using that recording forever. But we're not going to go into that. But
Yeah,
another
we're
thing
not
that's
gonna
kind of
go into that.
strange.
They,
Right. Okay.
my voice is on some of the different businesses off greetings, whatever, still to this day, even though I'm long
Okay.
gone for 5 years, but still.
Yeah.
And it evolved from there into doing training videos and commercials and things for the company. And I'm like, you know what? I really enjoy this. This is like tapping back into back when I was acting,
Right.
like just being or presenting myself or doing a different voice or whatever. Like it was just something that it was like a nice little break. And I'm like, you know what? I really enjoy doing this. Fast forward to my new job where I've been doing a lot of training, corporate trainings and teaching people how to do things. Along comes COVID. Everybody's working from home. And I'm like, wow, this seeing as how I'm not really out in front of people talking or doing anything, I might as well just take up some of these TikTok challenges I see. I see a bunch of people doing like scripts and stuff. I could read a script, that's no problem. Started off doing it, and I'm like, you know what? This is fun, but I don't like the way I sound. So I invested in a mic. I'm like, okay, this mic is a little bit better. I need something to push the mic. Let me get an amp. So I started picking up things here and there and there. And eventually it turned into this home studio. I'm like, you know what? I've got all this equipment. Why the hell not?
Yeah.
This is something I
Yeah.
enjoy doing. It makes me happy. Let me go out and give this a shot, see what can happen, what can come from this. And that's
I
basically
like
where
that
I
you
am
took
now.
I like that you took an opportunity and
Absolutely.
ran with it. A lot of times people will be presented with something and fear will cripple them from even trying. Like, hey, you want
Hmm.
to record this for our helpline? And you're like, I got a report due by noon, Jim. Like, get off my back. Like,
Exactly.
I'm that's not my job, you know? But
Hmm.
you took on an opportunity, and I think that allowed the universe to even bring you more
Oh,
opportunities. Like, okay, you
100%.
said yes,
100%.
so watch this. This is what we have for you, you know? So that's really dope.
Yeah.
That's
I've
really
always been
dope.
a I've always been very I've always believed that if an opportunity does not scare you, it is not the opportunity for you. If you
Ooh,
don't feel that fear of I need to overcome something so that I can reach a higher place, it's not for you.
ooh, deep. That's deep.
I try.
There you
But
go.
yeah,
Like that was a little nugget that you gave us. And honestly, what there's another saying, I'm not gonna botch it, but like if your dreams don't scare you a little bit, they're not big enough or something like that. So it's like definitely in
yes,
line with that. And
absolutely.
there's tons of times that I've been afraid of trying something new. I'm like, this is gonna bomb. Even this right here, what we're doing is something new, right? I make custom tea blend. What am I doing talking to people? Like, stay behind the scenes, Shari, you know? But at the end of the day, I'm like, I got
Even
way
that.
too many dope friends that like have these nuggets to share. There might be somebody out there that wants to start acting and they have bills, they got these student loans, they got kids, they have responsibilities because we're trained to, like you said in the beginning, right? Provide for your family. Don't give up
Yeah,
on your
we are
responsibilities.
programmed, we are trained.
But what happens when like your job just isn't enough? That salary isn't enough. It doesn't fulfill you
Absolutely.
enough. Like imagine if you're really good at something, but then you still feel empty. It's like, where do you go from there? Right? It's like
Hmm.
I'm at the top of what society says success should look like, but I don't really like it up here, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. There's so many people out there. You have the best jobs, you're able to pay, you're able to travel, you're able to do everything, but you still feel empty. Like, yeah, this is good, but
All right.
you need to take a step forward, take a step back and say, okay, there's a but. Why is there a but? What am I missing out of this life? Like
Right.
paying your bills is great, but what's the point of working so hard making a living if you're not actually living your life? Like, why? Why do
Right.
that?
I think it also brings us back to that whole word purpose. Like I
Yes,
don't really like the word that much because I remember like even 5, 10 years ago, you asked me, oh well, sure, your purpose. So are you passionate about something? I'm like, I'm passionate about this nap that I'm about to take. Like, get off my phone right
absolutely.
now, you know? I
Word.
didn't really have a passion or what I thought was a purpose, but it's something that if you open yourself up to the idea of exploring, it'll come to you and you'll
I
know
love
it when
that.
it comes.
Yes.
You know, you'll know it when it comes, and it may not come in its original form. It may come a little blurry at first, and then it evolves into something, you know. But when you do find that passion and purpose,
Hmm.
life feels a little bit more like fulfilling.
It
I
really
don't know,
does.
because you go to work every day, day in, day out, and you're just like, is this it?
Yeah.
Like this is what I signed up for, you know, until when? Like I do this until I get a gold watch, I retire, and then like, nah, go for
Yeah.
something that like when you wake up in the morning, it makes you want to get out of bed. Or
Absolutely.
the nights or the days when you don't feel like doing anything, it's enough to get you up out of your bed. Like not everything will get you up out of your bed on a Sunday. Somebody says, Shari, like, let's talk tea. I'm getting up. Let's talk. Hold on, let me make a cup. Like,
Yeah,
let's
by
talk.
all means.
Right, right.
I 100% agree with that. And honestly, I don't say it enough, but I am so proud of you. Like you said, yes, the lawyer in you, the lawyer, like most people are like, oh, she's a lawyer.
Hold on, let me cry. Let me cry. Hold on.
By all means, cry. Yes, girl, do your thing. Everybody's like, oh, she's a lawyer. Oh, she's living life. Oh, she loved. Oh, she this is like, but she's doing something that she loves. Yes, she's a lawyer. Yes, she's accomplished so much. Black girl magic. I love it. Yes, but she's doing something that she enjoys. You see that smile on your face?
I
That is
know.
something. That's something that everybody needs to find in your life. And like I started off slow. Like I said, I started off just doing TikTok stuff like, oh, hey, I can read this script and I can act this out and people enjoy it. That's great. But it's step by step by step. Nobody's saying quit your job and go do this. No, no. Take it step by step. See if it's something you even enjoy. There's a whole world of things that you can be doing out here to just be happy, take some of the edge off, relieve some of that anxiety that we all feel that weighs us down every single day.
Right.
Find what you're passionate about and go for that.
I was just telling like one of my mentees the other day, just do it. And I was like,
Abs-
Nike masterminds, like
I'm
just
telling you.
do it. 3 words, and that across all aspects of your life. You want to lose weight, you want to get healthier, you want to
Mhm.
start a business, you want to leave a toxic relationship, you want to,
Yes.
whatever it is, you take one step and you go creep before you crawl. Sorry to anyone out there who's not Jamaican. I said you're going to creep before you crawl because you're not going to run. You're not going to run a marathon. You cannot run a marathon until you take the first step, right?
Absolutely.
So one of my mentees is like, oh, I want to start this business, but I'm going to do like market research and do this, and I'm going to invest all this money in this. And I was just like, how about you just buy one widget and sell it,
Yeah,
and you made a profit. That was one. If somebody bought
absolutely.
one, you can sell 1,000,000. If somebody wants to buy one, you can sell 1,000,000, right? So I told her to just creep before she crawls and get started. But yeah, can we get a little like voice acting out of you? I feel like we're coming to the end of this interview, and I feel like I don't know. Can we get a Darth Vader? Can we get somebody? Well, can we get a Donnell Campbell? Can we not forget Darth Vader?
No,
Your
no, we
voice is
can't
better
do it.
than is James
We
Earl
can't do
Jones.
it.
It's James Earl
It's
Jones,
James
right?
Earl Jones.
Darth Vader. Okay, just making
Classic.
sure. Do
We
I need to
can't.
give you a script? How does this
I
work?
mean, a script would definitely help, but
Okay, this is it. So I'm a bad guy, and and you're an officer,
all right.
and you're going to tell me freeze or I will shoot you because you're a bad cop. Let's do
Oh,
this.
so, oh,
So
so I'm a bad cop.
yeah, because what freeze or I'm gonna
Okay.
shoot you? That's kind of like it's a little over the top, you know what I mean? But
All
hey,
right. Let's
whatever.
see. Bad
You're a cop
cops.
like circa 2019ish around there somewhere.
All
Hopefully
right.
now cops are doing better. Go
Hopefully
ahead.
now. I mean,
Tell me.
let's see. Evil cops, they've usually got like a raspy voice. So we're gonna have to go with freeze. Mother, I said freeze. I will shoot you. How's that?
I was scared. I was scared. I feel like you're gonna be suspended. You're on leave without pay until
Yeah.
further investigation. Yeah, that was good. You're giving off
Thank
really
you.
bad
Thank you.
cop vibes. Well, look, we're coming to the end of this interview, and I just want to
Ah,
thank you for hopefully inspiring somebody out there to just start.
oh, I hope
Just do
so. I
it.
mean,
Like the
absolutely.
IT guy is gonna be the next James Earl Jones. Better, bigger.
The fingers
I love it.
crossed. That's what we're reaching for. That's what
Right.
we're reaching for. Thank you
Well,
so much for
Donnell, thank
having me,
you so much.
Shari.
It was
I
my
appreciate it.
pleasure. And keep drinking your tea. Okay.
Oh,
Don't forget that part.
oh, most
Enjoy that. Can
definitely.
we get a little cheers? Can you get a little cheers?
We absolutely can. Cheers.
All right. Till next
Thanks for
time,
having
guys.
me.
Bye.